Hello, everyone. Let me do a quick check here with my team. Is everything looking good? We're all right. Okay, I'm just getting the thumbs up from my team because we're live streaming here on a few channels, and we just want to make sure that we're here for you in the place that you've chosen to watch. So, hey, good morning or good afternoon. It's afternoon. Happy Monday. And I just want to welcome you to our Finding Joy Masterclass, how to align your business and really your life for more power, more peace, and more profit. Doesn't that sound amazing? And that's just what we're going to do here this week. But I'd love to get you in the comments. You know, I'm here to deliver some really valuable information that's going to change your business over the course of this week. But I want to hear from you because you are really the energy, the gold nuggets behind this. So please log into the chat wherever you're, calling in from or wherever you're coming in from, whether it's Facebook or YouTube. And we just love to hear from you. Tell us how you're doing. Tell us where you're dialing in from. We just love that. All right. Looking forward to it. I'm so looking forward to having you here. So let's dive in. Couple of just got to go over the housekeeping, right? The schedule, right? We're going to be here every day this week, Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. PT, anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. I want to give you the information. So I kind of keep it kind of flowing. This is not, a canned presentation. I kind of go with your energy and what I'm hearing from you. Hey, hello, Michelle Schreiber from Denver. Welcome. Yay. And did everybody get your workbook? My team spent the time, took some time to really create this lovely workbook so that it helps you take notes and retain the information. It was in your email yesterday, and it was also in your email this morning. So if you don't have it, just quickly download it. My team is here for you. My whole team is on this live stream all week. We've blocked out the week for you because we're here to serve you and support. So please just in the comments, just let them know what you need and we'll get it for you. All right. If you're confused about something, if you're wanting to dive deeper, Joy, tell me more. I'm not understanding. Wow, that's great. Tell us, because your energy really helps make it an even better week of the masterclass. Plus, we're watching you. We have giveaways planned for this week. All right. So the people who are really involved with us and come every day and share and get involved with us, listen, you're probably going to be in line for the prizes. So please do join in with us. Thank you. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about who I am, just in case this is your first experience with me, because we have a lot of new people, a lot of new names and faces, people that I don't know, and I want to welcome you. We've got a lot of people here that we do know. We've got women from our Align community, and they're an amazing group of women for you to get to know. So that's good here too, to start the networking and the connecting. But who am I? I'm Joy Chudacoff, and I have been an entrepreneur for over 30 years, right? It's actually close to 35 years, which I was thinking about that this morning, and I didn't know if I wanted to share that. But over 30 years, I've been in the trenches. I had my last job 30 plus years ago. And my husband would tell you he thinks I'm probably at this point unemployable. So in any case, I've had a lot of success and I've made a lot of mistakes. And I want you to learn from my mistakes. I'm someone who I share the good and the bad and the ugly because I want you to learn from that so you don't have the mistakes that I've had, okay? I have owned multiple businesses, created multiple income streams. I'm married. I've been married to my husband. It'll be 25 years in October. We actually dated for 7 years before we got married. That's another story for another time. I have 2 children. And for those of you, any women out there that are 40 and over, still looking to maybe have children, been thinking about it, here's your testimonial. Here's your poster child. I had my son at 40 and my daughter at 42. They're both in college now. And so I've lived life. I've had ups and downs in businesses, accomplished a lot, but managed to stay very successful, for over 30 years. And there have been challenges. I've had challenges in my family, health challenges. My husband's had illness. My daughter's had illness. I actually donated. I'm a donor. I donated a kidney to my husband some years ago. Another story for another time. I've lost both my parents, in the last 5 years. So I've been through a lot, and I'm here for you. And I like to share my story so that we can really start connecting. And I'd love to hear from you too. So that's who I am. And I'd love to hear in the comments who you are, what you're most looking forward to. I want to say that why now? So you may be asking, why now, Joy? Why this masterclass now about aligning? Because now is your time. Now is the perfect time for you to align your business and find more joy. Why is it now? Over the last, let's just say before 2020, let's just refer to it as that. Before 2020, people looked at life kind of in a box. We saw things in certain ways, right? Most businesses felt they had to be brick and mortar. People had to go into the office to work. Nobody ever thought they could work from home, right? Nobody ever thought it'd be possible to work from home. And look what's happened. Let's look at education. Whether you think it's a good idea or not, whether you like it or not, it happened. And we learned that people could work anytime, any place, anywhere. We learned that children could learn anytime, any place, anywhere. And now, of course, we're back to this new normal in our lives. But here's the thing, when change happens, like what's happened to us over the last 2.5 years, the minds of people get opened and it can never go back. Because you start to see things in a different way. And that's good news for you as a woman business owner, as a woman entrepreneur. Because when someone's mind has been opened, it means that they're more open to your idea, to your business, to the problem you solve, to the product you've created, right? They're more open to that. And what I'm here to do with you today is to help you, and this week, is to help you align. And there are really 3 steps to alignment. Let me tell you what they are, because I'm going to dive deep on each one of them with you today. Alignment is all about awareness, ask, and action. Awareness, ask, and action. And we're going to dive deep on each one. So don't worry, like, oh my gosh, how am I going to remember all those 3 things? I have time set aside each day of this week to dive deep into each one. That's the key. So, hello, welcome from Germany. I love that. We've got Denver, we've got Germany. We've got all kinds of women dialing in from all over the place. And you all have one thing in common. You're looking to grow your businesses. You're looking to align, and you're looking to really find more joy every day. And I will tell you that women who are aligned and find more joy do more business. And that's why I want to help you adopt this process, adopt this method, and I'm going to walk you through it each step of the way. Keep those comments coming. We love them. We love hearing from you. Whatever's on your mind, share it, because we're a very open and supportive community. So please keep it coming. So, what does align mean? So I like to use the example when I'm talking to a group of people about alignment for the first time. What does it mean to be aligned? I want to give you the example of a car, like a vehicle, right? Has anyone here ever driven a car that's out of alignment? I have. Okay, I have. And I'm sure many of you have too. But when you're driving a car that's not aligned, what are you doing? You're holding tight to the steering wheel, because it becomes very difficult to turn the wheel on a car when it's out of alignment. It's taking all of your energy, physically and mentally. And honestly, the few times in my life when I've driven a car that was out of alignment, I had to just pull off to the side of the road. I could not go on. This car needed to go to the shop. It was not a car that I could continue to travel in. Well, let me ask you, for some of you, is that how maybe your business has been feeling lately? Do you feel like you're spending all of your energy every single day, expending so much energy to drive your business forward, to create that momentum? You've got both hands on the steering wheel and you're just exhausted at the end of the day. You're exhausted at the end of the week. And honestly, a lot of times you just feel like pulling over and parking, right? Well, that's going to change this week. I'm going to show you how to move your vehicle, your business easier, much easier, with ease, with grace, and have more power, more peace, and more profit as we go through this week. And if you've got your workbook, you'll see what our mission, vision, and intention is. It's on, I think, page 3 of the workbook. And that is, we want to help just 100 women get aligned and find more joy. And then out of those 100 women who really embrace this process, if you share it with just 10 women, so if I have 100 and I share it with 10 women, and those 10 women just keep going out and sharing it with 10 more women, do you know in 5 years, we'll have 1 million women who are aligned and finding more joy every day? Do you think that we'll hear more good news in the world if we have that? Do you think we'll have more good news than bad news? Because what's happening in the world today and what's happening with so many people is we're out of alignment. We're not finding the joy because we're listening to all the negativity and all the things that are going wrong. So I'm going to invite you this week to maybe step away a little bit from the media. Maybe if you watch the news, maybe just, I'm not going to say don't watch the news if you like to watch the news, but maybe if you'll watch it for a half hour a day, maybe this week, just watch it for 15 minutes, right? Here's what I've learned. When both my parents were living and I would be going to visit them or take care of them, they would have the news on. I learned over time that the same information gets announced every hour. So if you want to hear the news, you can tune in at any time for a few minutes and you'll get it over and over and over again. So don't worry that you're missing anything. I rarely, if ever, my team will tell you, I rarely watch the news, and I'm pretty informed. You know, I read the New York Times on Sunday morning, but I don't watch the news during the week. I really want to stay aligned and I want to stay in my joy. And I've learned that, you know, watching a lot of media can start to chip away at that. So that's just one quick tip right now. If you can move away from media and the news a little bit this week and really forever, I think you're going to have, you know, a lot more joy, a lot more power, a lot more peace. So we've talked about awareness, ask, and action. This is how we align. So let me go through each one, and then we're going to take a real deep focus on awareness for today, because that's the first step. And each one of these build on the other. Awareness builds on ask, and ask builds on action. Okay, so let me explain. So awareness, the definition of awareness is understanding and knowing that something is happening uniquely inside of you. Awareness is understanding that something unique is happening inside of you. What in the world is that? It's like, joy, whatever does that even mean? I'm going to get to that in just a minute. When we're aware, which you're going to start becoming more aware today, I have some great finding joy focused activities for you here at the end. When you're more aware, you can ask yourself the essential questions, which is going to be what we're going to dive into tomorrow. You can ask yourself the essential questions for your business, and you'll get the right answer. See, a lot of times we're asking ourselves questions about our business, and we're looking online for what other people are doing in your industry, in your business, and you're thinking that's the answer. Now, that's the answer for them. It's not the answer for you, because that's not unique to you. That's what's unique to them, right? So when you have that awareness, and then you ask yourself the essential questions, and I'm going to bring the essential questions to you. You don't have to worry. You can just sit back and just take all this in. You're going to get the right answer. And I apologize. You hear my Labradoodle in the background. I tried to put her in a crate in another room. That, my team will tell you, that was even worse. So I hope I have a lot of dog lovers here. She's usually pretty quiet. She's a lot more quiet now than she was when she was in the crate. So just please, I hope you love dogs, but she's pretty good. So in other words, when you ask the right questions and you get the right answers, then you can take the right action. You can take the right action. And energy, we only have so much energy in a day. So thank you, Michelle. Love the pups. you'll take the right action. And listen, we only have so much time, right? And I know everybody here wants momentum. Everybody here wants to grow their business. So I want you to take the right action the first time. I want you to get the right action the first time. And that's how alignment helps us do that. Okay. So here's the other part, the most important part I want you to hear about how important it is to be aligned. When you are aligned, you're like a magnet. You have this boundless energy because you're not holding on tight to the steering wheel of your business or your life. You feel that freedom, you feel that joy, you feel that power, that peace, that hope. When you're aligned, people will be magnetized to you. They'll be drawn to you. It's like an energy. Have you ever met someone? Can you recall someone that you've met in your life as you go through your days who you know is aligned, they're magnetic, they have energy. Everybody wants to crowd around them. I cannot tell you that I have countless examples of this in my life with people. I'll give you an example. I'm in Park City, Utah, and I went to someone for a specific service. I went to someone to do something for a specific service, and I interviewed 2 different people for this. Okay. Now, here's the thing. The person I chose was actually more expensive, than the other person. But you know why I chose that person? The energy, the magnetism, the positivity, it's just like I felt so connected to this person. So she got my business. Do you see that? This person's aligned. This person's finding joy. This person is in her power. This person's in her courage, in her courageousness. So I'm telling you, that's the thing. That's what you got to understand, why this is so important. And probably when you're waking up in the morning or you're getting ready for this masterclass, you're thinking, oh, Joy is going to first thing out of the gate, show me today how to write a better marketing message. Oh, Joy is going to show me how to make a better social media post. Oh, maybe Joy is going to show me how to have a better banner on my website. All these things are important, but I will tell you, ladies, that when you practice this alignment, which I'm going to share with you today, that we're going to go through, and you find more joy, you will have so much business that you won't know what to do, okay? Because you become a magnet for other people, for whatever it is that you're talking about, whatever it is, the service that you provide or the product you offer, they become magnetized by you. So stick with me, go with me on this. And so I want to talk about awareness and probably what may have happened this morning when you woke up and maybe what happens every morning. And we're going to start to switch that and develop a new imprint, a new ritual for the day. Okay. So I will bet the alarm went off this morning at your house to wake you up, start your day, start your Monday. And I'm going to bet that you did one of 2 things. You've opened your eyes, but barely. You're not really even awake yet. You don't have your feet on the ground. You're still laying there. The alarm's gone off. You've turned it off, and you've taken one of 2 action steps. You've either, with those blurry, half-opened eyes, started scrolling social media, or you've opened your emails. Okay? And that's okay, because I used to do that too. But let's look at that for a minute. If we are really wanting to align and have that awareness where we're understanding what's uniquely happening to us, guess what happens when we open our emails or scroll social media? Maybe, unfortunately, maybe the first email in your feed this morning was from an angry client or customer. Somebody's not happy, right? So then you take that energy on. Remember, you're in bed. You're not even out of bed yet. You haven't even put your feet on the floor. Or maybe you're on social media and maybe you made a post yesterday and somebody made a not so nice comment on this great post that you made. There's more energy. Maybe you flicked on the television set and you're hearing the news, right? You're hearing about whatever's happened in the world today. Most of it at the top of the hour is usually not good stuff, right? So you're taking that energy on. Do you see where I'm going with this? This is really important. I want to help you create a new imprint, a new ritual in your day, one that's going to help you find to be more powerful, more courageous, more energetic, where you can lean into what's uniquely happening inside of you. Because when we log on first to the media, when we first go on social media, when we read our emails, the imprint that's happening to you here, to all of us, is the imprint of those other people. They're starting to control your energetic reaction to everything. So that's why this awareness piece is so important. So I'm going to offer to you, please give me some feedback on this. I'd love to hear from any of you here today, either in our Facebook group or over on YouTube. Would love to hear what you think about this. All right, I get up to get my kids ready for school, and I need a few minutes to reconnect with my body. I love that you brought this up. So this is so important, because for those of you, because I used to have, my kids are in college, but when my kids were at home, I used to practice the awareness, this ritual that I'm going to take you through. Listen, when that alarm went off, it was time to move into action. I had to jump into getting those lunches ready, get that breakfast ready, pull those kids out of bed, right? So I love that you brought this up. Thank you, thank you. This is what makes this masterclass golden, is hearing from you. You bring the gold nuggets. So what I want to say to you is that when I'm going to talk with you in a few minutes about this ritual, you'll probably do what I did. When my kids were at home, you will get up, you'll do those things necessary that all moms do. And then maybe after they go to school, then you can practice your awareness. I did one or two things when my kids were at home. I used to either practice, get up, I'm an early morning person. Like, I love sunrises. I love early morning. That's really my high energy time. That's my highest level of creativity. And we're going to suggest to you entrepreneurs to start to notice. That's another tip. Start to notice, make notes about, when do I really feel my highest level of creative thought? Because that's very important. You cannot, our highest level of creative thought is not on will call. You can't just pick it up anytime. You have to start noticing your rhythms, your body rhythms, and when your mind is really embracing that creative thought. So I used to either get up a half hour earlier and practice my awareness before my kids got out of bed, or I would get up, or I would come back after taking them to school, and I would spend that time having my awareness. So there's a lot of ways to do this. This is not prescriptive. There's not one way of doing it. And I'm just going to share some tips with you, but I love that you brought that up. That's fantastic. So there are a lot of ways to create this awareness, but today I'm just going to focus on two. I want to just give you two easy, quick tips. And you know what? These are two ways to elevate your morning, and they take 5 or 10 minutes. You can do it in as little as 5 minutes, or you can do it in, you can take the extra 10 minutes. And I'm going to let that dictate how your day is going. So let's look at these two things. One is, and I do this every morning. And by the way, in our Align community, we have an Align membership community. Some of those women are here today. Every morning at every Sunday morning at 7 a.m., we get up and we practice stillness and journaling in our Align membership community. That's how important that I think this is. Oh, I love this comment. I get myself up and ready at 5 a.m. and have my thoughts. This is fantastic. So again, you see what different people are saying. I've got to get my kids to school first. No, I'm able to get up and do this first. It's not prescriptive. It's about you deciding when this is right for you. But I will tell you, if you do this, you're going to start to see more power, more peace, and you're going to start to do more business. Because see, you're doing something that the rest of the world is not doing. Because what's the rest of the world doing? They're tapping into media, emails, and all these things that distract them from their highest level of creativity, from their superpower, from their dharma, from your genius. Every single woman here, you have a superpower and you have a genius. But because of all of the things that go on in our lives every day, you have to practice this awareness to gain access to it. Okay? Oh, thank you. Yes, it's an amazing half hour that we have in our community every Monday. So let's talk about stillness and journaling, and then I'm actually going to walk you through a process a little bit later on. But stillness is about just sitting with your thoughts for 5 minutes. It's about turning off your notifications, turning off the volume on your phone, sitting quietly for 5 minutes, and just see what emerges, see what comes up for you, see what you're thinking. Just have that beautiful sound of silence for 5 minutes. And if you've never done it before, you're going to feel uncomfortable the first time you do it. But I'm here. We're here all week to help you with it. I've got some stillness ladies who've adopted it now, and they understand how to do it as well because they've learned, they've been working with me for a long time. And this 5 minutes of stillness, if you really take it seriously and you don't look at emails and you don't look at text messages and you sit with it, your creative thoughts emerge. Your higher level, you're going to tap into your highest level of creativity. The second way to elevate your morning and adopt this ritual besides stillness is journaling. And there are many ways. There's meditation. Of course, there's prayer. There's walking meditations. There's all these things that I'll talk about through the week. But I just want you to focus right now today on one of these two, stillness and journaling. And I'm going to give you some prompts. So you don't have to figure any of this out on your own. I'm going to share it with you. Now, when we practice this awareness, when we practice this stillness and this journaling, we start to tap into the right questions that we need to be asking ourselves, that we need to ask for our business, because we're getting more in touch with what's happening inside of us. Remember I said earlier that awareness is about understanding and knowing that something's happening inside of you. So I want to talk with you also about what are some of the reasons why, besides social media and email, that are a little deeper as to why we're not tapping into this awareness as much as we should. There are, and I've discovered over all the years I've been doing this, 7 hidden triggers. But I'm going to talk about 3 with you today, just 3 today. And these are not in any order. One's not more important than the other, but these 3 that I'm going to talk about today are really, really important, especially for women. So what's a trigger? What's a hidden trigger that may be keeping you from really living into your highest level of contribution in your business? Creating more revenue, creating more profit. What is it? Well, the first one is fear. First one I'm going to talk about is fear. Okay. Fear is this thinking about something that hasn't happened, but you're thinking it could happen. And so it's holding you back. It hasn't happened yet, but you're thinking that it might happen. Let me give you an example. I'm here in Park City, Utah, enjoying this beautiful mountain weather. And those of you who know me well know I just love the mountains. But there's a mountain just right out the window here. I'm looking at it right now. Well, if I'm fearful of what's on the other side of that mountain, I'm not going to climb it, am I? I'm not going to go on that hike. I'm going to be afraid to take that hike. Why? Because I'm worried. I'm fearful about what I'll find at the top on the other side. Am I going to run into a moose? There's a lot of those here. Am I going to run into a moose? Am I going to run into a bear? What's going to happen on the other side? But you see, I'm thinking about something that hasn't happened. I need to go ahead and take that gorgeous, beautiful hike. It's so beautiful. And guess what? Guess what I might find on the other side of that mountain? I might find another beautiful mountain. I might find a beautiful valley. I might find trees and flowers and birds I've never seen before. But I've got to stop focusing on what's going to happen if I climb that mountain, right? And just prepare myself. It's about preparing. And that's why later this week, we're going to create your 90-day action plan. And it's going to be with the right preparation because you're going to be ready. You're actually going to realize for the first time, maybe ever in your business, you're going to realize these goals that you've set for yourself because we have a proven system. So fear, and I want to share something with you. Fear is a natural partner to creativity. I'm going to say that again. Fear is a natural partner to creativity. So ladies, you got to know, if you have a creative thought and an idea that you want to bring to the table, you got to know that fear is coming right in. You have a great idea for your business, something you want to do, sounds a little crazy, sounds a little, like not something I've ever done before. So, but you're getting excited. Fear is right there. It's coming right in. And fear is it's waiting. It's lying in wait, right? It's waiting to tell you all the things that could go wrong. So that's fear, right? And so when you practice awareness, though, when you practice that awareness and you don't take on the negative energy of what other people are saying or doing or writing or listening to that, you start to have strength and power and courage in yourself. You start to become more confident. So fear gets replaced with faith. Your fear gets replaced with faith. And when we have faith, we can do anything. So that's fear. That's a trigger. So ask yourself, and have I been living in fear? Is that something that's been triggering me lately? So we want to move through that. The next one I want to talk with you about is forgiveness. Forgiveness. Being unable to forgive for some sort of hurt or past trauma that you've had, it's like a chains around us. That's what it has felt like for me in my life before, when I've really been in that place of where I was unable to forgive. Something I've worked really hard on, and I'm happy to say with this process, it's just miraculous for me how I'm able to, let go. But it's like a chain. And look at me. If I had chains around me, some chains holding me right now because I was just filled full of not being able to forgive someone, do I look like I could really have any good thoughts right now or positivity? Or does it look? No, of course not. So forgiveness holds you hostage. And I'm going to share with you what someone shared with me once, and it was so powerful, and I hope that you take it in. Here's what happens when we can't forgive. It's like drinking the poison. You're drinking the poison, wishing the person who hurt you to become ill. I'm going to say that again. You're drinking the poison, wishing that the other person would become ill. Because, see, they're fine. The person who probably hurt you is fine. They've moved on, but you're holding on to it. So I want you to ask yourself, am I in a place of where I'm holding a grudge I just have not been able to forgive? If that's the case, I want you to, I've got a great journal prompt for you. So don't worry, I've got a great journal prompt. I want to help you work through that. And finally, the last one I want to share with you today is tolerations. And we're going to dive deep on tolerations tomorrow, real deep. So just hang with me. We're going to talk a lot about tolerations when we get into the asking of the questions. So what are you tolerating in your life? What are you tolerating from yourself that you need to let go of? What are you tolerating from your family, your best friend, your partner, your team, right? In your business, what are you tolerating in your business? What are you tolerating in your health that maybe you could help or make better if you would take a different action? Tolerations are something else that really hold us back. So let's just dial it back now for a few minutes. Let's look at this, what we talked about so far today. We want to develop this sense of awareness, but what you may have been doing up until today, till I've shared this with you, is first thing, looking at your social media, reading your emails, maybe watching the news, and guess what else? Thinking fearful thoughts, not staying in faith. Thinking about that person who hurt you, unable to forgive, maybe tripping over the shoes or having a messy desk in your office, and it's just a toleration that you have, and it's cluttering your mind, and you can't think, I just don't know how to move forward on this email I need to write, this promotion I need to write for my business, or I need to go to a networking group, but I just don't feel like it. See how all those things layer? They're like layers, 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 layers. And it's in the morning before you've even started your day. You see that? When you master this, please hear me, because I'm going to give you a guarantee. I don't give a lot of guarantees in life, but I'm going to give you one this morning or this afternoon. When you master this, your whole life is going to change. Your whole life is going to change. Your business is going to change. You're going to have more clients. You're going to have more customers, and you're going to have more revenue. And that's why we start here. This is the foundation. This is step one, awareness. Okay. So I'd love to hear from you, what you're thinking. Love to hear, if you have any thoughts on that. Just would love to hear everything that's going on with everybody. Let me just look here. Love the comments. So I want to, let's see what time, it's 1:35. So I want to give you a finding joy focused activity. And I want to share it with you now what it is. And also you're going to get an email from my team later this afternoon, and there is going to be in there. Everything I'm telling you right now is going to be in writing. It's going to be in the email. It's going to be with the replays. You don't have to worry that you're missing anything. But I really want to get this practice of awareness started, right? I really want you to practice this with me and come tomorrow ready to share with me what happened, how you felt. And and remember, tomorrow we've got the essential questions. We're going to look at the ask. We're going to look at tolerations, and also tomorrow start the giveaways. So don't forget to be here tomorrow, because we have some incredible giveaways planned. And who gets considered for a giveaway? Well, when you're here and you contribute, and it doesn't mean you have to be, we'd love for you to be positive, but why don't you ask questions? I want you to let us know what you're learning, what you're thinking, what you need to have answered. People who are really active and involved with us, you're going to get the giveaways. So make sure that you're here every day this week, because we're going to have giveaways at least 3 days a week. And definitely one's going to be tomorrow. So let's talk about this finding joy focused activity. And real quick, some days we're going to be here for the full hour. Some days we're going to be here for 40 to 45 minutes. I block the whole hour, and I hope you will too, because I want to deliver. I have content that I'm delivering every day, but I also go with the comments from the class. I go with my intuition. I go with what I'm feeling too for you. And I hope that works for you. Because again, this is not some canned presentation I'm reading from, a piece of paper. This is all uniquely developed to you and the energy that I'm getting from you as a group. So let's look at this finding joy focused activity, and you'll see there's a page in your workbook for this. I invite you to start practicing stillness. And, Lynn on our team, she's going to send you specific instructions on how to do this, but it's about whenever you can, whether you wake up in the morning or after you get your kids to school, I want you to find a quiet place, and I want you to close your eyes, and first I want you to set a timer for 5 minutes, and then I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to sit and listen to the stillness. I want you to hear the beating of your own heart. I want you to maybe hear a bird, maybe there's birds singing outside. Maybe you can even hear, traffic in the distance, or really hone into how well it feels and how great it feels to have that stillness. Because what's going to happen over time is you're going to start to get the voice. You're going to start to tap into your superpower. You're going to start to tap into your highest level of creativity. And it can start as soon as, you can even do this afternoon if you want. You can even do this afternoon. It's not prescriptive. I want you to do this when it feels right to you. I also want to say that we're here for you. So Kathy on our team, you can always reach out to her at Kathy with a K at smartwomensolutions.com. You can put messages on our Facebook group. I'll be checking in there all the time. So we're here for you. We want you to feel like that you have been surrounded, and we're embracing you with a warm blanket of support, because that's what we do. That's our team. We're high touch. Always have been for 17 years. And this team, these ladies who work here with me, we're an all-female led team. This is who we are. We're here to serve and support. And I hope you're feeling that from us. But practice that stillness. Let us know. It's uncomfortable for me. I had a hard time. I couldn't do it. You know what? That's how I was when I started. It's like, I can't do this. I wasn't even 2 minutes in, and I'm like, I can't do this. But you know what? Over time, I mastered it. And this is why I'm calling this a masterclass. It's about the mastery. I want you to have and achieve all that you were destined to have. And it starts right here with you. Everything starts right here with you, right? Everything. Doesn't start on your website, doesn't start with your social media images, doesn't start with, your headshot, whatever. It starts here. Because when you start from here, people will feel that from you, and they are going to buy from you. And here's what's better. They're going to refer to you. One of the things we'll talk about this week is the average client in our business stays 3 years. The average client in our business stays with us for 3 years. I tell you that not to brag. I tell you that because stay with me. Practice this with me. Take on this ritual. Just do these simple things I'm telling you, because wouldn't you like to have a client or customer stay with you for 3 years? Here's why that's important. Brings a lot more profit to your bottom line. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick sip of water here. Would love to hear any thoughts that you're having, but let me take you through this practice that we're going to have. I want you to practice your stillness, 5 minutes. And if that's all you have time for, that's fine. But I'm going to send you 2 journal prompts, 2. And one is for releasing fear, and the other is to let go and forgive. And you don't have to do them both. You can choose one or the other. Choose the one that's calling to you right now the most. You know, and do I need to release more fear? Is that what I've been having in my life and it's keeping me from my business? Or is there something I'm holding on to and I need to forgive? Okay, what is it? Thank you so much. Thanks so much for sharing that you're enjoying the insights. I really appreciate it. Love getting your feedback here. So thank you so much, Lynn. Are you needing to release fear? Or are you needing to forgive someone for something? Maybe you need to forgive yourself for something. Listen, ladies, we wear so many hats. Women entrepreneurs, we're mothers, we're caregivers, we're partners, we're friends, we're community activists. You know, we're changing the world. Women are changing the world, and we are going to be the ones to change the world. There's no doubt in my mind. But in order to do this, we got to be aligned. We got to be aligned. And so, you know, you may be holding on to something you think that you've done wrong. Let go. Because every day, you know, there's a great quote that I loved. I used it in my group this morning for our stillness and journaling. It's by Richard Rudd. Here's a great quote. This is a good writer downer. Great quote by Richard Rudd. To be alive is to prosper. To be alive is to prosper. You're alive. You're breathing. You're upright. You're here with me on Facebook or YouTube. You've got the chance to start again. You've got the chance. You can begin again. You've got a do-over right now. This is it. This week, this is it. And we're so glad you're here. So I want you to block that time whenever you can. You can do it this afternoon. I recommend you do it this afternoon and tomorrow morning if you have the time. But if not, just do it whenever you can tomorrow before our class, because I want to hear from you guys. I practiced my 5 minutes of stillness and it went great. Or I practiced my 5 minutes of stillness and 2 minutes in, I was like, what am I doing? Right? It happens to all of us. And then I want you to choose one of those journal prompts. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you what they are, but they're coming from my team this afternoon. So I don't want you to worry if you forgot or you didn't write it down. The first journal prompt around your releasing that fear, it's real simple. You're just going to set a timer and write for 5 minutes about, if it didn't sound so crazy, see, when we've released fear, we start to give into our creative thoughts, our crazy ideas, right? Trust your crazy ideas, right? Trust your crazy ideas. If you think about all the things that you love in the world, the inventions, the services, they were all kind of crazy ideas, right? When they first came about. So trust your crazy ideas. You can journal about that for 5 minutes, all right? So it's 5 minutes of stillness, 5 minutes of that, and that makes a total of 10 minutes. It's going to change your day. It's going to change your day. It's going to change your life. I'll bet you might even get a potential new client or more followers tomorrow if you do this, because people are going to see a change in you. They're going to see that you're different from other people. You're giving off a magnetic energy because you're getting so aligned in what you're doing. What's the second journal prompt? Again, it's coming to you later today. And that is, if I truly let go and forgive, I'll feel. If I truly let go and forgive, I'll feel. How would it feel to release the chains of holding that grudge against someone, or maybe you need to forgive yourself? How would that feel? Right? You see where I'm going with this? I hope so. When you do this, if you will commit to me, I invite you to give me 10 minutes. If you do this, when you come tomorrow and we start diving in to those essential questions about your business, we're going to talk deeply about your business tomorrow and what you should be asking yourself to take to the next level, to catapult, to pivot, because now's the time. Now, there's never been a better time for women in business. Never, ever, ever. Now is the time. So I'm so glad you're here. You're going to be ready. See, if you do this exercise that I'm giving you, you're going to be ready tomorrow to answer those essential questions. You're going to be more prepared because the answers are going to come from inside you, not from some outside energy that you've allowed into your day. It's going to come from you. And when things come from you, people feel the difference. They lock onto it. They feel the passion. They feel the purpose. They feel that it deeply at your core that you believe what you're talking about, right? That's the key here. They feel that energy and that both feet on the ground aligned. They know that you're the person they want to work with. They know you're the person you want to buy from because you're so excited. Okay. I had a great mentor in my early 30s share with me, Joy, it's not what you say. It's how you feel about what you say, right? It's not what you say, it's how you feel. And when you come from a place of awareness and that deeper knowing, your superpower, your dharma, your genius, whatever you want to call it, I call it all those things. When you come from that place, people want to be around you. People want what you've got. They're like, I am buying what she's selling. Remember in Harry Met Sally? I'll have what she's having, right? Because it got their attention. All right. So don't forget to be here tomorrow at 12 noon Pacific. We're here for you. We're here to support you. So even when this masterclass is over, we're here for you. If you have questions about today, if you need answers on something, please, please just let us know. Let my team know. Come on Facebook. Send me a message. I'll be checking in all afternoon. Practice this awareness with me. If you have time this afternoon, great. If you don't have time, do it tomorrow. If you have time, do it both. The more you practice this awareness of stillness and journaling and sitting quietly, the more you're going to step into your power because you're going to become much more confident and courageous in who you are, not what someone else is, not what your best friend is, not who your team says you need to be, not who your significant other says you need to be, who you are. And when you come from that place, you will become unstoppable. You will become unstoppable. I promise you. All right? Okay. Fantastic. So we're going to say goodbye for today. We're going to see you back here tomorrow. You're going to get these journal prompts and stillness tips later this afternoon with the replay. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have more joy this afternoon than you did this morning. And I hope tomorrow you have more joy than you had today. All right. I'll see you soon. I'll see you back here tomorrow at 12 noon. We're going to dive into those essential questions and we're going to get your business rolling. And on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to create that action plan. We're going to create a plan for what matters most in your business. Okay. All right. See you tomorrow. Be well.